Sansona Minuatik Mohammed and so atnasi afi era sly teten so atnasi eyi me fa konso so eja amokwan
enye
o de ben ko asa crowd e ba be di ko do ben ko but clearly you want me me start to do bra on run a bit of comment about command Dr. Gideon Bakuni
o ma Michel echia lawyer ni Minuatik mi hu na che
ono omayi bia ko ni village bia ko gambaga ebe hu ana PhD ni jina so
ko gambaga school so
gambaga the whole that is looking good no mahine mi check tifo nyina echia alanko jocho mate mi cha no sonko chia a campaign team nyina na o mahine mi simuntem of course as usual say who bar sempa even if you are not coming here you tune in after 2 p.m. every day or opportunity in Kwadia. Na mitie Minya Gideon Boako. Na miraho sabi dia Gideon Boako beye we awie ewo ha sabi advisors to Dr. Baumia on his campaign must call Dr. Gideon Boako to order. Wanfa enidie ama MPP wanfa enidie ama wanfa enidie ama National Council wanfa enidie ama National Executive Committee of your party wanfa enidie ama the rank and file of your party miraho na what distorted facts studio ha your former regional youth organizer is an advisor to the vice president. And the nsem obeka bia no emodru na onhwe bibiye because me ameti hay omahene me di alankojo chamantenchi on principle say is the best to win that 2024. That does not mean say me trust to you ha na me Randy and Crawford down na me to ayampia na me casting innuendos at people. There are things omahene when I meet delegates me catch because here inner introspection as to who can win the seat for us. Me better radio so utwa me mene kra menka. But me share esia hene for now. I will say it as it is. Because MPP supporters, there were almost 6 million or 6 million MPP supporters. Nipa enya ho kwan opportunity to elect a leader for us 220,000. And then the general Ghanaians on Betwaba a year 17 million in 2024. So you are not dealing with only 220,000 people. Assembly Obekano Bisa who say, does it rest well with the 6 million core MPP supporters? Does it rest well with the 17 million Ghanaians that will be seeking their mandate? Now, some who call election, I dear who power who candidate no, one credibility, character, and competence. This 3C, take it in good faith. So credibility, the general public, Ghana Fonina, should attest to your credibility. Ayampia cannot help you. Sabi, your party no, there were rules and regulations that a guiding party no. And then Dr. Baumia's spokesperson Gideon Boako, or see MPP membership card immaterial, and whom here. And so the first political statement that Dr. Baumia reorganization of your party no or see or 25 Ghana cedi for every polling station delegate to acquire a membership card. Multiply by 220,000 how much they pay for it. We are doing it. He just said it. Is immaterial. The constitution of your party what identifies you as a member, a card-bearing member, is in the constitution. And then he ran it and poo-poo it, saying you're important. Now, I say, why? We did the intelligence of the National Council, who had to give Dr. Baumia a waiver in 2008 to become a running mate. Why didn't he use the argument, say, or a special assistant to Governor Akwa? Let me give you a typical example. Former aide or special assistant to the former IGP. Chobo. Say, Kufona, Nanado appointee. Peter.
Peter.
Say, Nana don't appoint him as IGP. So being a special assistant to him,
appointed
appear to as an IGP. So his special assistant, does it make him an automatic member of the MPP?
It doesn't.
Does it? I wish Dr. Gideon Boakun could have advanced this argument in 2008 when they questioned the membership of Dr. Bawumia. Ebra questioned the membership. The then National Council had to ask for a waiver, and it's on record. And now the deep party for them say party membership card here. He should tell Dr. Bawumia to write to the party headquarters and reverse all the payment they've made for members for party people to take a membership card
and return his card
and return his money. Look, you disagree. So let me place on record the fact that you were special assistant, and yeah, president, he doesn't appoint a special assistant.
The question of us over Ashanti region youth organizer.
It begs the question. And then look at those who vetted him. Nipet, look, me to endorse even a form, and I mean, say to endorse a form for any presidential aspirant as a member of parliament. You must quote your party membership card. Me party membership card. I had to look for it.
Of course.
I mean, quote it. And they will check if I'm in good standing, and then you rubbish it because it suits you to you running the party down. Now, so the party no say your movie. Me say look, ministers need government appointees. Me call National Youth Authority. Me want me special assistant. No, Nana do the appointee. No, he could have been NDC, he could have been anybody. Of course, it doesn't qualify him as an MPP person. But of course, my special assistant was an MPP member. But in many times, in Crawford, you man appoint the Pobetunia Buano. You don't seek clearance from the president. So it doesn't make you a party person. Now, I say I'm around here. As part of Dr. Bawumia's statement, or she said, any MPP running mate no be GR, you could have become the governor. Obiana MPP appoint to deputy governor. You were hoping that when NDC come, you could have become the governor of the central bank. Look, me see, in Sembi Waha, they should not provoke us to come and sit on radio and discuss them. They shouldn't. Try. In summer, you can't ask them. Nobody will use Dr. Bawumia's tribe or where he's coming from against him. But it's also incumbent on us as a party. So you look for a candidate who can easily win elections for you. And in candidate search, we do a lot of where you are coming from. The constitution and composition of ethnic groupings in the one's constituency or otherwise. As in North, obviously a PC and a Ekoyi candidate. There were a lot of consultations based on some of these things. And no, when we meet as party people, we will discuss them. Auntie, if it is all about he's overly qualified, and the Yenkoyi, Dr. Nanado Yi, Dr. Bayo could have picked another Chebi person to pay him to run. Because they are all qualified. They are equally competent people from Eastern region. You could have picked them. It is based on ethnic balance. That is why even the constitution requires so your cabinet should be ethnically balanced. So you look at the advantage. So the point we are making here, nobody is using it against Dr. Bawumia. Who has said it? Nobody has said it. Now you are setting your own questions and answering them to suit you to court emotions. It won't wash. Me see, credibility, competence, character, any of the co-elections. Now, Omahini, me President of the Republic, the state of the nation, I can say the country is in crisis. Now, a country in crisis, you elections. But he said we are working towards it. And I chairman some more kind of Western North. But say, many are no. Baby, agency is here. Ekoya say your 2024 messages. And these were the things he said.
I think when we said
no, but these are hard facts. Look, my main country MPP Nidia say. Sebi, after 8 years of Nanado's reign, now he said the next MPP administration will not do anything different. Now we'll do the same things. Anyways, where are you going? So this politics of not being able to critique your own performance and pick out the best and put it forward, no? And why? So the fact that you are Dr. Bawumia, you want to run for our party, and say we shouldn't even critique it. And the moment we raise the issues and critique it, then you are running under the cover, say, me, you're not 90. Me, I'm not a Major Akan person, or I'm a Ningo from Old Ningo, extreme minority tribe person. I don't do my politics like that. Onyai Nyeman or Seti or no any questions, and he's trying to answer them. So you run under the cover, say they are asking the questions because I'm a Northerner, because I'm a Muslim. Who said so? In any case, he's advancing the argument, say to Obama Dr. Bawumia, all the Muslims will vote and therefore will negate NDC propaganda, say we are an Akan party. Listen to me. From 1996, every elections, MPP will put up a Muslim running mate. It for strategic reasons. We'll have to analyze the impact over time.
Who was Adubuahin's running mate?
Malik Alassam.
Yeah. Yakubu.
Oh, okay. So, you see, we do this for strategic reasons. NDC put 2 Christians forward. They beat us in the Zongos anyways. And if you think that where I've come in this politics, I will not analyze it. NDC put 2 Southerners and 2 Christians, yet they win the Zongo communities. In Medina, Boniface Sadiq, a respected Muslim, he lost to a Christian Sosu, a pastor. So you must do the analysis well. Analysis, we will not stop. We will do the analysis. Which candidate has the propensity to attract the votes? And nobody should think that we are doing the analysis because of where one is coming from. No. Nobody. And it's about channel 31 questions. Now we answer questions now. We are not going to the 2024 election to satisfy NDC. We are going to 2024 elections to win. So if all it's about how to satisfy the NDC attack, say we are a Akan party. Now NDC, when we are anti-Muslim party, why are they putting 2 Christians forward in every election? And they beat us even in the Zongos. We should interrogate it. This is NDC for. They put 2 Christians, yet they win the Zongo communities. And we've been putting a Muslim running mate since 1996. Yet we are losing it.
So the best candidate at this point in time,
yes,
to lead the MPP,
yes, me, I'm supporting Dr. Bawumia. But listen,
you are not supporting.
I'm supporting. I'm not supporting Dr. Bawumia. I'm supporting Alan Chemanti. Sorry. The point is that, so I'll tell my story and explain. Say, baby, we are not 220,000 people. I decided, say, Dr. Akotoni Edenekwa, I'm an MPP person. But I won't sit here and cast in widows at others to say that when somebody critique the system on Kotini party, how arrogant can that be? How arrogant? And you see, people like this, or name the Ekoso. So, or no, maybe.
Well, the spokesperson to the vice president.
Please, the party is bigger than the spokesperson to the vice president.
No problem with that.
The party is bigger.
But
look, those who are managing the party, listen, look, we are not taking the office of the vice president to the elections. We are not taking the office of the vice president to the elections. We are taking the party to the elections. And we must do the surgical operations within and put our best man forward.
So at this point, surgical operations are
Alan Chemanti, me, according to my personal opinion, that is why I'm canvassing for vote for him. So I must be careful of what I say, so that the other candidate will come and support. Sabi, I say Dr. Bawumia, everything good in this party, Dr. Bawumia. So what was Akufo-Addo then? What was Akufo-Addo then? What was Akufo-Addo then? Then we're winning 16 seats in the northern region. So it means that we will get the vote for the presidency. You see, the 16 seats they are referring to, count how many of those seats the president lost and check if it's a presidential winning seat.
Halima Muhammad seat no.
So for me, Omahini, some of it to Hakaya no. Sabi onfa bu ema party penning for. Onfa bu ema the rank and file. Say ye call elections na ye interrogated to critique the issues. It doesn't mean somebody is doing so because of where one is coming from. No. It's for good reason. And in some I just said something. Said we want to win presidential and parliamentary seats. In winning 16 seats in the northern regions, are you saying that the flag bearer you put out there didn't do anything? It all in yours to your benefit. Now, so we need 16 seats. Now we bounce them out. What about somebody whose region?
But so when him say the choice of a vice president is always strategic.
And then all of us, whoever you select, as far as even to the extent that the presidential candidate must be strategic. So you must interrogate the issues. And obey the 16 seat aba. Yet we lost majority of those 16 seats the presidential. So me too, I'm saying say, bring a candidate who can maximize your vote. In 2024 election, any elections are therefore. So put your best man forward.
Okay.
Because we've tested it over time. It has failed.
All right. Lawyer. Answer
mine. Said the week come here the any very be me wa.
There be.
Many MPP but then say be o kan ya. Ehia se betan.
MPP there now.
Minim but ehia ne man go ehia se.
Say Rebecca. NDC say but no NDC.
Oh, when and me I can say then ne kwan so an. Say na no me pa na won nche nti wo de me ha me.
Okay, so brief about Dr.
Yeah. And my baby me and supper my group in my baby and supper make him say Gideon can say many insanity but Gideon o can wa say mo created 2.1 million jobs since you took power oboa anya no kure and I'm between me say anya no kure o man this is his own boss Dr. Muhammad Bamuya Tinwe o say dated 27th of April 2023 airport American actually. It's 27th April 2023. But me was 2 million jobs created since 2017. 2 million. It's never the same as 2.1. Into what?
Hold on.
Oh, nyabata na bo de American. Nyabata
1,000 to me account.
Well, your friend is I think. I know. Anyone. Why we could get 1 million? Anyone. Young granum.
Okay.
This is honorable Ignatius Bafo so on air.
Labor.
Tin one was in Biawa. 16th September 2022. This is the employment minister talking. We have created over 5 million jobs since 2017. It's reported by CTFM or citynews.com. Employment ministers were creating 5 million, but we were creating 2 million since 2017, and they are all picking from the same year 2017. Oh, control ADSO.
Source new.
City News, and
City News.
Okay, liars are leading us. Mamisan could be the same employment minister. Was
with them in China, I say I could two figures in Emma.
Only light on. I know that. I could tell you, I could tell you know something. Yeah, the same employment minister when he appeared before Parliament on his vetting. He wasn't being on jobs. As as in the second appearance, and not the first one. 21. The answer I'm making. Government created 3 million jobs since 2017. So which is which?
235.
2.1, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million. I do not say one government too. Employment minister on Apadians and Samson to my figure. O man panyama de agya wadwo bia wadmam abana gba bia agya fa abonobo. Eko communication for wadmam agya fa. National Identification Authority adwuma ba me na yo. Bibia na yo ono so se wa create 2.1 million. Ne technical why
special
aid. And so tia less than 1 hour ago. Ono se mo create 2 million jobs since 2017. It won't give you a walk and no boss about me and Ignatius Bafo. Why na can question Ghana for?
Employment minister figures no 3 and 5. One in the boss they say 2.12. So that's why.
Oh my great.
Be what the no cry. The years differ 2017 to 2021 and 2022.
Since 2017. Obia became president from 2017. It will be any problem. One we now say 2017, but we say 2017. Gideon say 2017. Ignatius say 2017. It is okay na bebe na nymasam. We now say 2017 yate. No man say ka ne ko enim na ka de no so. Meba. So okay 2021 say 3 million. E ba say na vice president na 2023 no ka 2.1.
Aswati.
Nti wo na aswati ne ye yum de na anaso mu nyina wu. These are liars leading this country. When the best managers now must say mom kwan no trust in you. They can't even be honest to their own electorates. Yena ye kosa an la koto ba ma wo ko wutun boni no kura ma wo. O kasama fa wa hwa che bo no twa wontro. Wo mu ni o. These are the people. Me tika mu me tie na o kasa na me can you imagine asem wo kwa na wo print out me na go but man fa So immediately I have to go online to search for all those and then do a screenshot of these things. Can you imagine? So why in that kind of correct? Is it Baumia? Is it his aide? Is it the employment minister? Who is speaking the truth when it comes to jobs and the jobs that you have created? Now say I'm pam ukrom ha etie. O man kwabra say you created 2 million or over 1 million jobs ukrom ha kwabra. E ba ne say yeti adwuma ne din I mean number ne correctly. No be ade bro ka bi anzi so. When them two one the same person of car 3 and 1 5 and another time. Over 5 now the bias so no so aja assembly ko we bekra no ono so nam 2.1. Bias now this so kasa man boss so no kasa me ntia ono say 2 million.
Okay.
So where are the figures?
Right.
Ebiam one second. I send 20 what the bus idea I say it mean I want that. Because when you gonna phone e kasa hu say kwabra you better abey politics I be but be a ban me be say okay. I was when be hu say me nko application ko padi mo. But there are people who are still searching for jobs as you say there. Ebi fro. Ebi send CVs man. But some create ma be kwabra. And so say bomade na bom num dim na aduma yo. Safo ni di kiu mu padima ni bia yo. Ebi ni ofase, ebi enua no bi enamfo ma bi enamfo. Padima ni bia yo. Enti se betra na se adwuma na ban so wa create o de bo no safonyin bo na wo mrane. Se wa ya ade tie mu ensem ma ne ma ko no nto aso nkonya mfim efirihia du nsia o se kan se dumie no nso. Enka ho. Butin ni kura wo no ana ni mu asem ne na adwuma so wa yo. Na wa adwuma bo na se ni ho na se o man. Wo na yo. You can't even be honest your own job. What's why yet? What mean honest to it? It's the obvious now. Now, Baba Zaka saying, Baumia, the dollar is not under Baumia. And you give you an end of our
okay, sir.
The dollar is not about me. Now when I can't say dollar, I'm watching the scene. Chum the guy on. Yauchum, men of the can't say dollar, I'm watching the scene out of women of the former as I can tell you to know. Now, boss,
Me say Dr. Baumia Kasayo. Na dollar no was 70 cents.
I know saying
A collective responsibility.
Yeah.
collective responsibility with who? Original no can't say dollar, no, I can't say yachino. One can't say yachino. So can see yachin the NP because I know what the call before we. Mewa was one watch the next year at the former IGP and the able some problem yakasa you be musi and the ne Sabra no say incompetent level no less than 4 cities and a competent person is in government in charge of the economic management team and I'm 12 and 13
Okay.
competence in Bonnie na ko so obey incompetent and you
Mamena wasi. I think maybe I was back quickly. Slime, why you were saying you some membership cards, no? Because when him, also disagree. Be a worried say they've been part of the party's process from 1992 without even a card. But they've taken key positions and they've also voted for the party countless occasions, known out there everywhere. So I say you need to relook at this matter of the card, no any the disagreement out there.
I agree with you, but let me tell you something. If it's immaterial, card here, it means your membership will always be in doubt.
of course
Yeah, the rules are different. And American countries will good national council and in to the extent that say card here there, he wouldn't have needed.
Because they are citing a lot of things that call Kenson Akai and all those things.
And
that was a special defense. Great Alliance was different.
If you don't agree to some of these dissenting opinions, to weigh into what you are saying.
No, I agree, and I have a point to make about it.
Look, Mammy can't just say, Mama can't actually say, card no a here. Dr. Baumia will not have paid for all party people to own a party card. That is one. Number two, say card here and it doesn't establish membership. And Dr. Baumia wouldn't have been given a special waiver by National Council for him to become a running mate.
Exactly.
In 2008.
Okay,
these are clear things I've said.
But with my main kind of we will say, I don't mean so, Dr. or Alan Tremantin, the main kind of year. It was word by word. Okay, so I'll say good day, Omar, and I kindly ask Dr. Gideon Boaki to tone down a little bit. We are all for
the party, but his tone today, both on Peace and your station today, has not been the best. I agree. He has to respond to some misconceptions, but to say that it is an insult to certain people saying they were in the party and they have no right to say so is not the best. Kindly ask him to tone down. Our candidate DMB hasn't changed since his filing. He communicates well, but he shouldn't get carried away. I played with him. So that's also from I think Akwa baby.
You know.
Anna M said a bit of correction here. Mamenda Mema a strong woman in our body politics. But they'll say Dubois, the running mate Roland Al Hassan.
Roland Al Hassan, not Alhaji Malik Al Hassan. Oh, okay. Right. Thank you.
All right. My name Nidi Kam Micha Gambaga ne Mamprogo Fonina Mamprogo Mai Michubia.
I'll show that in your language that they can hear you.
Oh, say I had 3 station, yes, I did anchor. Anyway, but Purgamba Dimza near Untanga, Mamproguza near Untanga. Having said that, the issue with we was anchor a Wusian Toka. But I say in Suya Kebi. Media measures free the issue of card. And the entire measures here free honor say I've been the general secretary of a political party before, intiminim. A woman say Uncrophobia they contribute a lot to party without having party cards. Baby. In fact, Maminka no crancho in people rush for party cards when they are due to run for elections within the party. Obi waha obey Juma Nanso party card a friend party card on GB. Or could G only when a drew time or person original for internal elections. Now say say we to reduce. But no like the next his name is synonymous with the party, no. What I say, and no but to say party card here is immaterial. Maybe I think it's just a question of choice of words. He could have said it better. Say. You want Crophobia who contribute to the party more, Abra Omun Shada NG card. But who for parties Nina Mbrano, what shows who you are a party man? The only identification HSA Asumesi MPP, NDC, PNC and any party member no your party ID card. And you can't discount it if you want to establish identity as far as your membership of a party is concerned. E umse Nkrofo so aye djuma obi enim say asumesi the party ni or a party we you can say member na mom ubisa say party card one want me in chiro because on GB
na nyenti ne was sympathizers and supporters
exactly what I say but by entimi nka say party card ehun hia like I said his words did not communicate his intentions. Ebi no person or say you not necessarily the case is so what party card and sana what my party juma and I want Crophobia or my party juma with that party card. But maybe his choice of words in a money yes sebi or disregarding and discounting the significance of party cards no. Until where I sit, I've seen people and now you want Crophobia and I want Crophobia, they would come and contribute to the party. Sika omudwema party nkra edoso che nkrofo mukita party cards no.
Yes, it's true.
People cry look, they don't even want people to know say they are members of the party. Now so sika they sustain the party. What is here? Anti party card no important. But
I think some of the address iPhones they hardly come to the front for any role.
They hardly do. Yes. Anti I think they could have communicated that viewpoint much more better than he did. And again, say now or can the boss attributes are for which reason our officer a certain party ma eto abanoman and now can say but you see the difficulty the vice president finds himself in is he's a serving vice president and an aspirant as an I'm wage money heading because you can't communicate your ambition, your intentions, your aspirations divorced from near Ekosiisen. And that is why Nkrofo or Mukasamano they require a great deal of tact, because there's a fine line between communicating to party delegates any Ghana manina because he's a serving vice president. Until you can nyina e won sunsanso on nyoma ekoso sesi. Until you can't say oh, I am speaking to the delegates alone about Juma Awaye and Anyuma Awaye without that having an implication on the general, voting population. Because the vice president, like affected, he's a symbol of government. Your vice president, he's a representative of government. Until it requires some high level, tact to communicate, say, an aspiration, and the opposite. Flag bearership contest and it's over the party any Ghana. You need to be a bit skillful and tactical about the way you communicate. Now, Okanzembi say the dollar is not under Baumia. TMK say it requires some tact. It's a position that it will be Samia. Mechimiaka said to some extent, but again. There are a bit more who argue say but he leads the economic management team. But he's just one person out of many. Until like he said, collective responsibility. Until Fanny say anka you see in semi kuya. Anka the credit in abemano. Sanka mfani in amano. What has here?
The EMT a bomb modern pa.
Minka say.
I'm see the EMT.
I am because the EMT crown yam body. Yabaka say na do na bon homodin. Including me sure that Gideon Bakra would say the president Akufo-Addo has done well, he has stabilized the city as for. But we are struggling to single out individuals. And I think for me, and you're fair. Because when he stood against E-Levy, when it backfired, no. Say Yanka say, oh, Baumia was vindicated. What is her? Nobody says, oh, Dr. Baumia, Neoka any dear, oh, deep him because you saw, say, I didn't and you spoke against it. Yanfa credit now, man, say he spoke well against the E-Levy, no? What I say. But Nyanko Yeni dear, na ye board ye disaster bono bono, but near why ya ako Yeni dear, Yamboni Dio. And an yako year for everybody in the studio. Yankazo, no modern bonti, which tells you say, a quay ma by Nina, and quay swa, and quay ma by Nina. So it would be unfair to say, oh, because, and this is the difficulty, being an economist in a government and placed at the level he's placed, anything about the economy, and quay crana, and what even makes it worse? The lectures are not all on the economy, no.
That's why because Wakasapa.
Oh, Kasadia, Wakabipa. What I say? And like I said, it's a bit difficult given his role as the 7th vice president and somebody who wants to lead the MPP. Until Obia or Kasamano, no. Media, my advice to them is they should be more tactful about it because one year, like Gideon Bako did today, no. One year, people might construe near Wokano to mean you may be a bia that necessarily might not be your intention. What you say? And more Unkrofo Mukasama Mampin Abedichino and Maninho Mose. They look, his position is unique until you can't be seen speaking like everybody else. Other candidates are free to say the things they want to say. But who, as a vice president, who is also running to be your party's flag bearer, we are constrained in many ways. No one be anka bia obeti me yibiama ebimoa oni omo preno because some of them have had the chance to be ministers. But one year uko kasatia na ukasatia aban na wa angaza we vice president. And he is constrained in many ways. What is here? We have some of them who are ministers for agriculture, for example. Ejuman Samsama Ayaka who figure young ye. Papa Nunkwa said he created so many jobs. Jobs no so the
figures.
Make a good figures unkwa. What is here? Onunkwa figures. In fact, I also seen Dr. Muhammad Diaby. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Diaby. What is here? Now so you can't go and say Papa figures not the buy no credit. Because invariably you are running down your own government. And in the position here, unique, and that's why, like I said, you require a great deal of tact to be able to communicate the views of the vice president as vice president and the views of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as a candidate. Having said so, me just like about the issue of origin, and this is a very dicey topic. You see, ethnicity poses a danger to democracy, but you can't do without it. African politics is everywhere else simple. In other jurisdictions, ethnicity may not take the nature and the form one wagana. Uko USA, ethnicity is defined more generally in terms of race. What is here? Until you were the whites, Hispanics, blacks, and so on and so forth. And people vote based on these considerations. Now, your background had ethnicity is defined largely by tribal affiliations, and it makes it a bit. It's a catch-22 situation. So how do you walk that fine rope? And that fine line, how do you walk it without making avoidable mistakes? Until immediate. Where you come from can be both an advantage and a disadvantage.
Oh yeah, of course.
The way ubesia can exactly. If you miscommunicate it, and if you don't present it well, until I would say, where the vice president comes from could be an advantage. It could also be construed by others as a disadvantage. But let's not discount the fact, trying to shed a certain tag. Let's not discount it. Because every party is supposed to be seen as a national party. Now, if for a very long time, party Bakudia, it belongs to a certain ethnic group, like that's the perception. And in politics, perception, they are now OBC, my trump card is I'm trying to dispel some notion. They say your party is dominated by a certain ethnic group. Yenswa representations from minorities. No, Yenswa timid I don't think that you can begrudge such a fellow for having such a trump card. How he plays it for me is important. And Amika say, baby, all free no can be an advantage or disadvantage. You imagine Konya Befasu Eddie Akawasem no, and it's also me free her. And you say party there when free this particular ethnic group I want to mean DNA money. But me but to dispel it. I'm a living example, my be a vice president. And my party can allow me to become the president. Until Emma Obin Green say, oh, near Omo Kafa ye party huno no because I'm here to dispel our notion. And you can send delegates and share my bid from that angle and from many other angles. I don't think it's necessarily a bad idea to have such a trump card. But like I said, how you play it is very important. But then if you are
just a quick one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Story we are published by Daily Statesman. November 11th, 2022.
On the card matter.
On the card matter.
Dr. Gideon Bwaku.
Gideon Bwaku pays for cards for MBB members.
Can you imagine? And because he probably
the governing New Party has introduced new party identification cards as part of its measures to identify all party members. In view of this, an economic advisor and spokesperson to the vice president, Dr. Gideon Bwaku, has fully paid for the cost of cards for all party officials in the Tano North constituency of Ahafo region.
Okay, so on this card matter, that is where a lot of issues are coming up. For instance, Sly, this texter says that the card issue raised by Dr. Gideon Bwaku has been taken out of context by Sly. What he said was that your contribution to the party is more relevant
than owning just a card.
A party card.
It's in the constitution of the party.
That's a valid point to make.
But you believe
it's a valid point.
Yeah.
That is why somebody just said
we have party
members and party sympathizers.
Yes.
Now, Opeso the president what
you need to be a member and not a sympathizer.
And let me say, he's belittled the intelligence of National Council by waiving. If his argument today,
what could too deep?
I think so, like I was saying, ABR, his choice of words, did not communicate.
They shouldn't do this.
Because
what goofy, we should admit that he goofed.
I don't want to assume that he meant to say who here irrelevant. No. And like I said, I've been a general secretary of a party before. There are who contributing more than look, Obi-Wa, let me tell you, there are people who own party cards for strategic reasons. They belong to all parties. Or Kitawudi or Kitayedi or Kitawemudia. Massa, what has here? And that alone establishing membership, true membership, is a suspect. What has here? And then we
or so I'm communicate to call constituency bimo. I'm Konikomo. Only no busa and bishop was saying, oh, there was so many branch organizer and say, the same people we any branch for. What's it? What has there? So I'm not holding brief for him. But my view is what he meant to communicate, his choice of words, gave people a different impression. But they've contributed to parties, like more significantly than Kita party cars, but they don't own party cars. Of course, I mean,
look, and they are the ones who actually sustain parties.
But so only
and the person will not go look. Sika muhiya dear Congress or one or mama. Look, if you're having a major meeting, or one or mama. There's a difference in the material. No, but they are uncrophobic and look, people who even communicate for your party. If we line them up and we ask, say, Obian producing party card, you'll be shocked, say, Bimu Nibi. Now, so they appear on red. Look, me person become me a Kuramasem, and let me say it publicly. No, I acquired a PNC card 6 months before the first time I ran to become general secretary.
And send you.
No, Miba. But all along, let me hear Jumama PNC. Everybody knew me. What must I say? But could you discount my membership of the PNC simply because I had not gone for a car? In fact, I was actually issuing cars to people. But me and Gaza as an individual, Minji be.
But you're backdated.
What's that?
What you call you're backdated.
Okay, so you're free and say. But you
see, or how much but I think my advice to all sides.
But even at that time, Dr. Baumia Bank of Ghana, you don't mean a card bearing party person.
But it was not necessary. He could be, but it wasn't necessary. But you see,
at the Bank of Ghana, a political appointment. Deputy governor of the Bank of
Second deputy of that.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
President appointment.
Political appointment.
But he wasn't appointed because of politics, because of his expertise.
And just sufficient.
It was his boss who recommended him.
Dr.
Polakwa no MPP. Dr. Polakwa no MPP. No MPP. Dr. Polakwa was not an MPP man. But because of the brains in Tina President for friend by.
It's not about digging. But card bearing members in Kwana.
No, that's the suggestion you are making.
That's what you're doing.
The person who shares the aspirations and the visions of your party,
not necessarily a card bearing member.
For certain positions, yes.
For which
it doesn't mean that it is not a political appointment.
Not card bearing member as presidential candidate.
No, that governorship.
CPP, Professor Hagan.
Yeah, Professor Hagan.
He was not President Kufuor appointed him.
Yes,
he was not a card bearing member of our party from CPP.
Yes,
he appointed him, and quite a number of people. But I'm saying that if you listen to
even Moses Daniba, no
health minister, and all that, let me tell you something. The president, once, even if you are not a card-bearing member of the party or identifies with the party, the president appoints you. It doesn't change the fact that it's a political appointment. A card-bearing member doesn't make it a political, but the president who appoints you or a political, so the appointment becomes a political appointment.
I don't have an appointment in this country is political.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Once the president appoints you, but wait,
we need to even define what constitutes political appointment.
What is political appointment?
Maybe if you define the verb
judges appointed under your
exactly. So are they political appointments? We need to understand.
It's very important. I made a statement now, say, except defined by the Constitution. I just said so. I just said
but
so.
all appointments by the president are defined in the
What is a
constitution.
political appointment?
And then maybe person will define it. Bank of Ghana more act.
That's what I'm.
What you see,
so
because
anybody at all can become.
Because it's not a political appointment, you know. You can't fire the governor or his deputy.
Not anybody.
Me but national. National, it had to be arranged.
Arranged.
He resigned. He wasn't fired. No, me but me but. You see, oh no, you can't say. Are you willing to continue or resign? And if you remember, why do you think? Oh, hold on, me back. No, they couldn't force him out. If he said no, okay, no, Uncle Shinio met me. What I say? Okay, no, Uncle Shinio.
No one from where?
But the arrangement, the package he went home with, now visa ya go.
Baku traced Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's membership of the party from 2001. And oh yes, Akwenya Beda when President Kufuor appointed as a deputy governor. So he himself was tracing his membership.
Okay, so Yamba back to our conversation.
But me, let me too for say, Omunina, Omun Ajubreo. They should tone down. Let me say, temperatures, you know, rising rather very quickly. Omunya butre, we Busian Tokwa, 100 year, mukun beyond like level as opponents here, yeah, channel. Muku trabe biasa mukuno na muya. Reconciliation. Look, you can spend 1 year trying to do reconciliation. Now, so what I say, it's a friendly fight. There was no contest. No, nearby someone said, I mean, it was a one-man show, so it was easy to. Who else? Who else contested?
Who was contested? I agree with Andy and Kojo
Bonsu didn't count.
Oh, yeah.
What you have lived here? I could contest one down.
And no one
actually that's what was a member. I know Zini and then I get me. You know TV show. My day.
I saw the Nana Pony a Yakas or mobile race.
Oh, no, I
was another power. Papa has a striking resemblance with the president. And also, and watch Omutu glasses, Nibi. And maybe the looks in I don't know. Maybe he feels the looks would deceive delegates and I said it. Otherwise, Mintini didn't cry that.
Nanapo.
You didn't know.
Nanapo.
Why don't we call Sakura? And now, also, the glasses, also.
And the energy expert guy, young guy. So,
I don't know.
Or signing energy expert.
To the extent that we're even struggling to remember the name, Strauss say.
Kojopoku. Kojopoku Safwa.
I was about we are not also flag bearer, Monia president, or no, what media.
Oh, no, I employment figures now, what you are there, or file. So,
what submit?
That's all back.
On the ambition, so flag bearer. On for president.
Don't condemn
me. On the car last time now.
When they asked him why do you want to be president, was he or no? The ambition is to become flag bearer, not president. Until already we catch delegates and say, Mutumaya, baby. Because me, I don't want to be president. I just want to be flag bearer. Where do you come? It's like you want to be president. They put a question to you. Why do you want to become president? And you are not flag bearer.
Okay.
I know. Okay.
Then I was
anyway.
Our former president, your flag bearer.
Correct.
He seems to have challenges with Nyoma Ekosu court. Not even killers are prosecuted on daily basis.
Yeah, and I found it strange.
Mahama reacts to Ekosiisen's criminal case being heard against him. And then criminal case against me is marks of intimidation. Ekosiisen and Kasa. I don't know, one person Matthias say due process na ye Supreme Court.
High Court me ba.
Well, I mean, I understand when he says Supreme Court. I mean, he just want to say the court, so I get you. Anyway, so Omine, yen shani mo bi nsu kakra. And I'm pese shani nsu say, "Uhwe enkasa ye bia ekosoa." Ya na etere bia the only conclusion you can draw and say MPP aban ni mum enchikafo abom trimu pose boni ayebedini whether by clean means or by foul means. Why? And none of them is already TV3.
What happened?
There were 2 panels on it, and I don't know whether it was 2 or 3, but I know Edu was there, and then Ajapamesa too was there. And some of the utterance, we would jail him.
Hey.
From
that was emphatic and specific.
What I say?
They are not here, so it's
But when they send on my candy, I see a man to someone kind. Masada Manasa.
now you mentioned those who were there.
I didn't attribute the comments to me.
Something now, and I'm telling because I know Robin Magoka. Good. So I mean, the maker. In fact, I'm not doing, and they're all lawyers. Anyway, Kasabi a Koso, or mine. A Trebia Manipobia and say, Cobrasant to Ochum, old time Cobrasant. If we shall in town, but many you be a mayan of one thing, as I take a shake, a cat say, Cobrasant, yes. Adding, Adianaba. O my, I didn't see. Papa it in me be in my Canada. Now, Blue for Jedun. And Oba, say, Oba pray to me, Ghana. When Ghana, Mamma, said that room. Say, and could you be at the sana, dear? Yet the mother say, Nemo no be a would not be Jennifer. It is all baby dear. Yet the chance. Sanotiable. O mine. We see dance of Baba Pribi, not Ghana, near more than a year. More than one year to go to elections. And we see not doing P. Okay? And we see not doing P. It two and among the Nenkata, some comma, a buying on as a 2 mina, a man, a man, as a Jitra Krumano. Or the common said, man of a kind, somewhere, and in the Munsumarium. They say me much. Answara wadema omno dani ni fa nkuku ni kaka ano ba na chipari kurum Ghana everyone sisi wa ebe hu ni party for manisu ade hunu ni se mutumi bua me de a ene anamo ametuni o mine after 2020 when I'm operate you know I practice law abroad right I come and with my experience in immigration practice 2020 face challenges pa not just immigration I mean every other legal practice be some law firms will not be operating abroad. Challenges in nice. I did kakra be since nyina kom COVID some year. You do a do file document the pass document no COVID to mention no. Into I said the question storeroom be most keeping the 4 days and over. And sana to be a question document ni mu and some na bebre. And so many things delayed. The normal standard time of doing applications to the home offices and other institutions no, maximum 6 months, at most 9 months. Now I can say anu year then abama osaka. Papa ina ntu adi nunza media ko November 2019 dia sanchire nkaswa dia engoduru fa na say impose achekwa bi about July August 2020 dia na kameza ai dia kan bibiara at most due to this challenge you are making ti anya na sa ana so anya na sa and we ko ba say a delay na so nyina mu no in criminal prosecutions mo and say in criminal offenses enimo mienu ene die sie pa ema itim gina so bobi kwadu the actus reus and the mens rea. The act that you commit and then the intention behind that act. We send me in the kesi and in your casa why bonny. Ye just about charge. Edwina Emrano said ye bo kwadu. Already a bit where ya MP before come to my pano. Actually, boss free die ya turn the swabber pemunda. Dear Namodia. What do you mean by I'm running the Ejuma? Okay. A political party out of whatever interest cannot. You know, I'm running the Ejuma. All right. Mate, some can say, and you're running the Ejuma. But I wouldn't tell me, Body can say, MPP for action, boss. Uti someone kafano. And then boy, I'm a person can. A part of the issues that is still pending to the Maminchu one in answer. Now, me rely mostly on the idea about that, which is the Supreme Court part. Oh, should any money be MP before a year? Before the first High Court ruling. Subsequently, the Supreme Court and also the ruling. Oh, should any more year? on na sefem
the new benza
hweda papa ikopi mo parliament impo 7 anajo 6 no 6 night no kopi mo hwede no mo yo
that they were stopping him from
yes maybe the proceedings not about 2 a.m.
being part of the people on being elected.
Yes.
But that's why most smokers say you prefer to err on the side of law and face the consequences.
You see, mine, the constitution never mentioned anything parliamentary candidate. And I'm sure the proponents of the constitution knew why they didn't mention parliamentary candidates. And said to be a member of parliament. Mr. Mini Penny said, when did he become a member of parliament? Is it when he filed? Or when he was sworn in parliament on the 7th night? Or 7th morning, whichever way you put it? I was not a member of parliament. Say a brow file there, then at some point, the constituency, a year, one day.
DNA.
But you know English a man from, right? Thank you. Okay. Then as fancy be no be what no go to no. Then at some point, no me too.
No, but you're getting it wrong.
Hold on. Oh,
Many of you.
I'm making me argument. No, but I'm just making a point. Enti the kwakura mu no. Ya more parliamentary candidate in the constitution. Let me speed up with my issues. Is a member of parliament. Papa yi di nkunim de awie ya akoduru ho ya ye so mu nyina in. Ehon na dawe ko start adan ya konya injunction free court e dey barber stop no say yentimi so ani in. MB vote medium de start yen. Just because you talk about me won say bana pai. The AC speaker ye ko elect speaker. Yenya speaker no elect ni yesu na ya print brochure so nim kra no ba ye the old speaker di a picture ni bia na print here. These people. So I don't know ya shut them up plan this the ebe ye so person pen the ebe ye we must get it whether by clean or foul means. Ya bon no ankwa mu amahene yakwa abepem ye bedu ya no say owura no nakonya ase ya if you hand na kunya and for that reason yes anko na chibi mu enkoto no so aba na se enkoto aba wo ne mansin no so biom yakoya chi koto aba no biom ena ko wochina ka ba ma menchen ba mu yi me amini yapani eye efan say Godfrey Dame ana ejina asaban ko edbofo a oboko edu oye na djuma as an attorney general which is enshrined in the constitution, and I'm very sure sir he's aware that per article 19 Judge question must be given a fair trial. A very fair trial. I'm sure many happen in the fees adian. Ebium the same article 19 is saying he's innocent until see proven guilty. And as or no, I can say guilty. Now criminal charges ebomuno ama hena adwuma de ma ade ne yede ne say me na me se as Vanessa atik aye bone ti me na so de nyina gina me so because yeah so me na say me kire say and as so de nyina gina me so me kire say ampa me pen na me so wafa no wafa na manya nansi abura adwene nti say so as they will put it in English beyond reasonable doubt ade a kire court no as a court no me yadwen court na timi abu atan ade atia nipa na me so waye bone no Judge question the Najma Yakitu Abu. So when I saw Ibony. To walk out in every year, what career no? A Maranimuno. Or a quaint me or sometimes three. The Dican said, Old Mac, I said, you obeyed a no case submission. Nina so said, one some now can you be no what you have to train a mere no and there's a baby in one more. Said Bita would rather some worker. And for that reason, you be at the Maw and the court. It court into us and tension. So court no ya dwen saa wo saa kwan no so a wasem ne abato egu ti hon se ntiase. The second option is no amfa the court can then say now open your defense or enter defense, which is who defend that no nan so abekere die nti a wonsem na kan no nim sa nya ne kore and for that reason be abon na wo so wadi ne be awoni ye se no so court no ne kwa ya dwen a ye ja no on na anya dwen a court be chede nti on nya den enya dwen enchemu tie nim ni senya na ye hwe ni sen from this angle na ne yanya botre na se ye pentema buaten
Ajaji for na say
me can I mean MP before judge for the judge is on Gary.
What impact then this MP before which
You see,
judge for na moto?
it's not about the judges and step MP before being was, but I'm talking about their utterances and someone who can go to the constituency. You have a judge if it's a judge question. And some but if it's about the amano. When you want to be jail, as I want to until to was for that angle. Just for you to understand how the thing will go.
Okay.
It is a command say, man. Say, court in money, you became be a daddy at the end. Now, see, a court in the transfer, be a film for you know, Busuminsia, Busumiansa. No court you know, say, oh, I know someone. And you be a drowning some more can go and show the consequence one. Moko Aquatin was at the Mocanian. You're going to be you. Now, your force and the area, or mine. A four answer. At Sandy Paddy, a noon, into the end. It's the area and Yakini.
Okay, me that's slide. I think I better wrap up 5 minutes. I think 5 minutes. No, I see na me fekeke. Na omo e bia e bai omo kasa see na e fekeke. Omo nkomo bi e ba abontin. NDC ni ba bi ogina abontin ka say the MPP want to twist to make sure say LGBTQ no say on be pass. Yeah, and it's horrible.
When one should focus
on the NDC. Yeah, it's very pathetic. Oh, see what kawa. The principle we all lack in the Jabiru Sampe show you. It's unfortunate.
Honorable Judge Ekosiisen, me, that constituency is my constituency. I say not. I'm qualified to run for elections.
To with our conscience, yes.
Bebre.
Yes, sir.
Because come on here, because I must be David Brain to make my come on to me.
Enti, ena, meaning a Juma local government committee.
The Ekosiisen.
Oba Parliament.
Oba Parliament. Meaning work committee, so. And on that basis, Sabi Oinipa,
you know him.
Matter, I know him. We've traveled, we've worked. But the Ekosui, Assembly work court, and you are feeling the about which because they did Assembly. This is not the first time a criminal trial I travel on daily basis. There's precedent. It's not the first time. And I believe that.
Like similar case.
Not similar as a criminal prosecution, because it's a criminal prosecution. And again, Mamima lawyers want to say he's being tried for perjury. Indeed, Tama all filing.
On the charges here 3.
Yes.
3 different charges, not just perjury. I can't, but
it's one of them.
Yeah.
Now,
I've seen the charges.
Who sign a din sino? Who see, I don't hold allegiance to any other country. And none of you call elections no more. It is part of our laws. All sign.
To admit to be part of the process.
Process, no. And only the basis of Asama, they are born in charge, you know. And then the Supreme Court, I travel from High Court to Supreme Court. To the extent the Supreme Court, your name should be expunged from the records that you have ever been a member of Parliament. It's a very serious matter.
Can I correct something? No, who can be so let's try and correct certain things. Not some no travel from High Court to Supreme Court was a civil matter.
And then American.
No, honorable Nyamotre. And the perjury be
you were
I'm trying to correct something.
Whether you were validly elected or not. And on the travel is a civil matter. And the Supreme Court has said that you were not validly elected. Then there's a reason why you were not validly elected. So that brings the criminal prosecution in here. So the two are not, because the basis for criminal trial, Supreme Court can say you were not validly elected. What happened that you were not validly elected? And no ne yakwa kudino. And he said mo kikansa na mo dada mo chita afo no. Mo dada omo. But you see, in some way there's a precedent. May he so rest in perfect peace. Honorable peace. Honorable Adamusa Kande. They can twist it and do all
of they are never the same.
Oh please. Please.
What is
by election, I've been part of the by-election process. And may go back. As of the elections, MPP will win the seat. You will win. So for me, and say you call the open or better.
No problem.
So for me, I am here. But unfortunately, look, let me tell you, in 2016, Papa Baye, they disqualified him on this same basis of the Nkata. I agree, say COVID. Emma, no be our war intentions of Babe D. Mrashe now 2016 buy they disqualified you on the basis of umkrata. And it's all Papa, like he said, the menstrual.
But important but for COVID.
This is 2016. Or by primaries nubio. And I'm disqualified.
It's a different matter now.
And a different matter. Oh my, me person with DMP. My back 2016.
My catch him say when be problem.
When no problem. I had disqualified. And the more interest I than 1 year from 2016 to 2020. The same thing out the Bible. The menstrual.
It doesn't change anything.
Oh, but you see, you can say it doesn't change anything. You can say it doesn't change anything. You know it doesn't change anything.
Oh my, me social media. I are wholesome because obi a wabase of person sum woman. Na at the end of the day, baby, a pempenso edu akoduni. But mra de mra. Oh, but the dispatch with which sa issue ye dealing with sa issue, the dispatch with which we are dealing with this issue, no. I would have expected say similar issues and situations, you know. Nanka we would see such similar urgency, sense of urgency, you know. But nonetheless, media idea is free. And me lawyer, I'm an economist, I'm not a lawyer. And what usually said is that justice must not only be seen, but must not only be done, but also must be seen. What say? Near my drink a cranny say, is it not coincidental? And coincidence is not too good to be true. Say, time or pre for by election. That is when now we want to dispatch the criminal case off. What do you mean to what do you say? No, something is off. Say all of a sudden, I buying who say
how do you know say all of a sudden?
Why? Said the ruling was not given today.
But all of a sudden, how?
Yeah, by election now. Yes, citizens must be on daily basis. Look, we've had worst cases. Cases are gonna for the past 1 year. Not gonna for ADHD.
The matter has been there for the past 1 year.
You see, in some corruption related issues, other criminal cases, not gonna for expect to say, I'm paying for would deal with side issues, no with dispatch. But where do you see on daily basis? Media, you can't rule out the fact that it has a bearing and a correlation with elections, because we. And Nuna. Hamadrin kakra say as we are using the law to hound opponents. I'm not saying that you shouldn't face the criminal charges, far from that. Say ya jitum say wa fum rana eso no mrano edi, but let's not make it look as if say we are exploiting the law. Sana kwe say we are exploiting the law and we are exploiting a supposed pursuit of justice, to serve other ends. What was here? And no, because that should be obisubeti. What I say, and Sana, you are creating a vicious cycle of exploiting the law to satisfy political ends.
Adeko Kase, presidents don't most setting. The first line of action, they will chase the end with alacrity.
Oh, any switch I say. You see, we are just condemning. No, we are condemning all trans.
On daily basis.
But must you could say it publicly? Say when you come, you hound people because you see, we are having hurting the fortunes of your own party. Obi a person to Abamamu. None of you say they are coming for revenge. Who would vote for you with that thinking in mind? What has here? And he made the point. Say Obi made an emphatic comment elsewhere. Say, "We'll jail him." Yeah, we condemn such utterances. Uzozi Muba, the first thing and the first item on your agenda is you'll be chasing Crawford. And we must, you see, what is not good for Judge Ekosiisen cannot be good for the next person. And to say, see, in your muyi, Kamia say they are using the law to satisfy political ends. Why would you also publicly announce? Say Musumoba, move the same thing. Not just there's no difference. But we want to make it clear to Obia say who dim raso and now say mrani yejuma, mamrani yejuma. But do not use the pursuit of justice to satisfy political ends. Me as some make no because at the end of the day, adi midwin ho amintiase say ye kotwa bawo. You see in fact, look, not only is he going to hurt his campaign, is also going to create in the minds of voters in the way there is a jail candidate too. mudi agro pepper pay mutuman pe okoji na che say you be left with no other representative biem enti say ebia ombeto abanama na omuntuma ni biem ebia nka omkoto abanama na enya de ometo ama ni biem ono so you didn't even have the time to campaign because he's going to be in court all the time. What you say media mo atwen ya enti na say ya atwen ya ma ye ko by election afi na ye yiri ho and you cannot tell me say
1 year.
Oh, sir, case in there. He was running concurrently with the civil case.
You by election.
No, there be if you really meant to pursue justice.
So 1 year na better one.
Well, the case was running concurrently, I'm sure, with the civil litigation. No, what has here? Evidence says here you claim say no. I'm sure you had it long before. Nanka justice now.
Why this time?
What must here? It makes the environment untidy kakra.
Yeah, that's it.
And we need to tidy up the political space.
Am I? Well, last one.